Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Week in Esports, a weekly video segment where I discuss burning topics in the esports community badly, usually. That's how I roll. So today we're going to be talking about Overwatch, we're going to be talking about League of Legends, and we're going to be talking about fighting games. One of my favorites. Overwatch discussion online has shifted to looking at these 4 new teams that Blizzard is trying to bring into the Overwatch League. They want to add 4 new teams in the next season, and that's great, except for the current existing teams still don't have their arenas built in the cities that they claim so strongly to represent. They want to bring in 2 more Asian teams, they want to bring in 2 more European teams, but they're talking about this arena home game system, and that's the part that I want to on in on, because that's the part that seems confusing to me. Because last I checked, the globe is still like super huge, and we're still like tiny people comparatively. And when you want to travel around the globe a bunch to play these games, you end up with illness, people get sick, you end up with flight fatigue, jet lag, things of that nature, all that stuff, and you just end up being exhausted all the time flying because your sleep schedule is just constantly out of whack. And Blizzard's current schedule is that everybody plays a game a week, and that seems really interesting, because I don't understand how teams are going to be flying around the globe to play their home games from other cities around the globe and be expected to be on and good and rested when teams get exhausted in their home countries just taking flights and buses to the next city over. How are they going to balance this sort of home game system with these teams not going from Georgia to Alabama or Texas to New York? You're talking about Texas to the other side of the fucking world and back again. That is a monumental shift in your equilibrium and in your health and your brain. It's also interesting that we haven't seen the arenas be built for these teams yet. They had a 1-year timeline to build the arenas, and there has been no news of construction, which means, in my mind, that they are still doing contracts with the construction companies and zoning with the cities, and that shit takes forever. I've never seen a construction job done on time, especially not one in a year. You know, it just seems like a lot. It seems like a lot on the plate of the teams. It seems like it's going to be a lot on the players. It seems like it's going to be really tough for them. So we will have to watch and see, but it is worth thinking about right now. Now, League of Legends, the Golden Guardians picked up their first win of the season. Congratulations, Golden Guardians. You have 1 win. You have it against my favorite team, the 100 Thieves, so you can go fuck yourselves, but you gotta win. And it is funny and worth noting that it is the Golden State Warriors team that defeated the Cavaliers team. And if you don't get that joke, it's analog sports. Golden State Warriors, Golden Guardians, they gotta win. And that comes on the back end of Loco Doco blowing his shot at a chance to be someone important in esports. And so it's great to see that the team was able to rebound from his premature ejection from the scene, and that they have come together and really solidified and hardened as a team, and that they were able to pull out a win. That's very good on their part. TSM beat CLG in what we used to call the Classico, and now we're calling the mid to bottom tier matchup between 2 teams that aren't doing that great. Bjergsen was able to beat his opponent soundly. The mid Fiora didn't work. He tried his best, but it just wasn't in the cards. Maybe he should have played Twisted Fate. Who knows? But Bjergsen's Galio still really strong. Galio still really strong. TSM, congrats on your 4th place position. Hopefully they can move forward and get further up. But they're up against really fierce competition. The top 3 teams of League of Legends are incredibly good. And so it'll be interesting to see if our most veteran squads are able to continue to win, or if we're going to see for the first time ever that TSM is not the top team in the American League, the North American League. Last but not least, the fighting game community is, I don't know, nonchalant about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite not being included in EVO. It has been pushed out by Dragon Ball FighterZ. Some people are speculating that Marvel didn't want to license the IP to them, which seems, what's the word? Fucking stupid if that's what they did, because you don't want to take away the limelight from the game in the biggest fighting game tournament in the world? Why, if your fighting game is already suffering to Dragon Ball FighterZ and suffering compared to the other fighting games, are you going to take it out of the biggest tournament in the world? Why would you pull that just because you're, I don't know, because you're Marvel and you want to flex your nuts on people? That seems really dumb. I don't know if there's validity to this. There was a lot of vague talk on Twitter from people who are involved in EVO, but it just seems really dumb on Marvel's part if that's the way they want to do it. Unless they are just trying to kill Marvel vs. Capcom, which, congratulations, you're doing a great job. You released a half-finished product with a shit DLC plan, no X-Men, and nobody wants to fucking play it because Dragon Ball FighterZ is everything we've ever wished for since we were 11 years old. So, you know, par for the course, guys. Good job, you've ruined it. Meanwhile, Capcom is making hand-over-feet sales on the Monster Hunter World, so why don't you just make Monster Hunter World an esport, kill off what's the crawling corpse of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite, and we can all move on with our lives with our Dragon Ball FighterZ. That's it for this week in esports. I'm LuBu, and I'll see you later.